it's working now. Okay, so Daniel, let me know what did you want?
I just wanted you to go through understanding, because I was going through some of this stuff today about how it finds it goes for liquidity.
Yeah.
But I'm still not too sure about how you relate the bigger time frames to the smaller time frames.
Okay. Let's get a new chart then. Any pair.
Okay, Diego, please speak loudly a bit.
Okay. Is it okay like this?
Yeah, yeah, it's okay. Very
Okay.
fine.
So I'll erase. Okay, this is a blank chart. So I'll use Mexican as an example, and then I'll go into the 15 and show you the scalping thing that it was really good for me last week. I started using it last week,
Okay.
and I'll do that on MT4. So what he does, well, we can start on the monthly, but let's start on a weekly so that we can use, we take less time. So he looks for areas where something happened, and I mean, something happened to push price somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you see here this down candle here,
Yeah.
something happened here to push price up.
Okay.
And then at the same area, something happened there to continue to push price down.
Yeah. And that's
again,
what he calls block turn breaker,
yeah,
is it?
order blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, something happened there to make price go down, and something happened here to make price go up. So he trades between these things, these areas. You can try and go through the area, but you should take profits somewhere around that area.
Yeah.
Okay, so the support and resistance levels are not the extremes, because the extremes were where all the orders were taken out. So that's not really support, because the manipulation was done down here.
Yeah.
This is not resistance, because manipulation was done down here. So if they use this push up to enter shorts, then they'll want to go back up to do it again and enter shorts again.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so if we marked these levels here on the weekly, we could go, and on trading view you can even mark the middle. You can even mark.
So I noticed like the order blocks are essentially supply and demand zones, but a bit more pinpoint, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, you can let me just save this with the middle area, with the middle line. Okay. So we found out some areas where price has been playing around, and this is very precise. I mean, it takes a while to understand everything and to see it happening, but it's very precise. I mean, let's look at the past, and We'll look at the past in a lower time frame. So price is going up. It has passed this this weekly order block.
Yeah.
We're now on a daily, so it might come down to reaccumulate and then go up. But I'll try and show you on. I'll remove these and I'll show you on the 4 hours. We'll go back in time and anytime, anywhere. Well, okay. And are you guys familiar with the turtle soup thing? The pattern.
I'm slowly getting the understanding of it. Like, you can't trade the second leg until it's fully complete, can you, and get the retest?
Okay. So usually you'll have, or many times you'll have some, let's say, resistance, and you'll have, and this is any time frame. You have price that goes to that resistance, goes down. Everybody starts going short, and then it'll do this. And this is what Linda Reschke, no, it's not. Well, it's from Street Smarts, the book. They call this turtle soup.
Yeah.
And when this thing happens, he'll look immediately at the base, at this base, and look for the order block here, and wait for the retest. And this is what he calls the breaker.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see if we had some. For example, we had here some days going down, and then it went back up, and it went a little bit above.
Yeah.
So this is not a perfect turtle soup, but I think it's good to show you guys. So this move up took the stops from the trades that were going short here. When it starts going back down, you look at what started that move to take out the stops. And
Yeah.
that was this order block here. It took this. Something happened here, in this area, to make a move to take out the stops. So you mark that and you let it break, and then you wait for it to come back up. And you can see how precise that is.
Yeah.
It's easy to look back, but if you only look for this, you'll be fine. I mean, it will take some time to get the handle of how it works, but you'll be fine. You wait for the break. You're not trading the break of this low, because that's something that I had trouble at the beginning when I was only into Elliott wave. I'd enter, and I was trading the 4 hours. I'd have 2 days in profit, and then it would come back down, and then it would take me to profit again.
Yeah.
If you wait for this, you wait for the break, and you might even, if you were if you were not too patient, you could even have entered the day before. Now let's see how many pips. you could have entered there or there. But if you're really looking for the order block to get hit, you need to wait for it to get hit. But I would have entered this here. So let's look for another order block or breaker. It's the most precise thing to look for in my opinion, because you have a lot of order blocks and you really don't know which one to trade. At least I don't know yet which one to trade.
Yeah.
So imagine we're looking on a higher time frame for it to go up. For some reason it's hitting some support or some order block on the weekly, and I still don't know if this is a breaker, but imagine we had here some support.
Yep.
Price started to go up, then it started to go down, took stops. I mean, until it breaks the order block, you're not sure it's a breaker. So let's see if I could even mark these two, because I'm not sure. Let's say, let's mark the bigger one. So it wasn't a breaker, or let's look for price.
That's the hard thing, isn't it? Seeing it as it plays out.
Yeah, but let's. Well, I can try and show you on another chart, but I wanted to show you on an empty chart.
Yeah.
Well, I have a bias to go up, so I'm only looking.
Look how much this has just dropped.
Yeah.
How much time she want to go down?
Yeah.
Looking for a reversal that never happens.
Yeah, I wanted to give you an example, but I wasn't able
Yeah.
so far. But
This is just like to go down.
anyway, let's look at order blocks, and we'll see the breakers when they happen. So price is going down for some days, and then it goes up here. So here something happened to make price take out the stops of the people that were going down.
Yeah.
So it breaks, and then it comes back again. I mean, this is one day of trading. Then you can enter again.
And that was used again.
Yeah. Let's see. To see how precise it is, you see here, you had some support here.
Yeah.
Somewhere around here, depending on if you use the wicks or not. You had a turtle soup. Price hits support, moves away from support, takes the stops out, and then breaks up. You remember where I told you to look for the breaker?
It'd be where the beginning of the first arrow is it?
It would be here. This was the candle that made the move to take out the stops. This green candle was the one that made this move down. So price breaks up and it comes back again, and it almost touches it. I mean, but I can show you
It pretty much touched it, didn't it?
yeah. Same thing here. you had some resistance here. Price hit resistance, came down. Something happened on this candle. This is a very big candle, but something happened there to make this stop run. Then it came back down and it traded into the middle of the.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because that's what I was having trouble with. Was which candle are you looking? Like that's why I couldn't get in my head. Was which candle is it that becomes the order block?
Look for these this thing, the turtle soup. Look for the breaker. I mean, I'm only looking for breakers now.
Is that what you primarily trade now? Is it, Tiago?
Yeah. It's breakers. I do mark the order blocks, but I'll always go in to a breaker either on the 15 or on some time frame. On some other time frame.
Yeah. Yeah. So the block turn breakers are the ones that you're trading.
Yeah. So
how many trades do you find in a week, Tiago?
Well, I'm looking at many pairs. I have a problem with over trading, and I'm trying to
cut back.
That, yeah. But,
Diego always take very, very few trades in a week, maybe 2 or 3.
I publish, I don't know, 7, 8 charts a week, and and I'll trade about that amount, 7, 8 trades a week. I want to reduce that, but again, you see here a move up, then a stop run.
Yeah, and you can see that. So it becomes obvious when it's a breaker because of how powerful it comes back on itself.
Yeah. It broke. It came back up. The thing is, then we can talk about that again after. I'll put something here to show you guys something interesting. Let's put the sessions on. Let's put the previous day high and low. And this is something that I started using last week, and this is what I wanted to show you, Daniel and Imran, because this is very, very nice. It's when it tests, when you have a breaker, a Fibonacci.
So how we will get it on our MT4?
Yeah, I have one. I'll show you MT4 in a second.
Okay.
So here you had this breaker. You had the retest of yesterday's low, the day before, the low from the day before.
Yeah.
And if you put a Fibonacci here, well, it didn't hit the Fibonacci, but either way, you had a confluence of two things.
Yeah.
Let's see another one.
That's a nice indicator, that high-low on the trading view.
I'll show you how nice it is. Okay, I think I have 10 minutes. But you see how often it goes to the highs and lows of the day before?
Yeah.
So I'll go into MT4. Can you see MT4 now or not?
Not yet.
No. Now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let's...
You got some serious templates there, mate.
Yeah, most of them are old. So what I have here is Sydney. It's session markers that are vertical.
Yeah.
Let's put them on 1 hour. The black session marker is Sydney Open. The next one is London Open, and the light blue is New York Open. And I'll move away from history back to anywhere.
Where did you get them indicators from, Tiago?
Well, from just searched on the internet. I'll share you. I'll share them with you.
Okay, man.
So I know,
Me
and
too,
these
man.
are GMT.
I also need them.
What?
I also need them.
Okay, and yeah, I'll share. No problem. This is my broker's midnight, but I moved GMT 1 hour.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at market open in this area, and I don't trade until London. But
Yeah.
what I wanted to show you is the trading after London, after New York Open. So what I have here, the vertical lines are the sessions, and you can even put Asia session as well. And then the red thing is the previous day high and low, but it doesn't have an option to move the GMT, so that's why it's 1 hour ahead.
Okay.
Okay, so what I'm looking for, and using the same thing that we were just, and the horizontal lines are the full figure, the black, the dashed is the 50 level, and these two gray are the 20 and the 80 level. So I'm looking for Sydney Open, and then some move on London to define well, if it's going up or going down. And this you won't get every day on one pair, but you'll probably get every day on some pair. And last week on demo, when I started using this one, I did I don't know, 10% in 1 week.
That's good.
Yeah, using 1% risk and 30 pips stop.
So you caught some really good pips then?
Yeah. So let me show you. I'm looking for one day where between Sydney and New York, between this black line and this light blue line, I have some defined movement. It shows me where it's going.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have London. London goes up, goes down. It almost hits the previous day low, and it's getting to New York. And here on New York, I'm looking for a retracement. And I would, if I was online at this moment, I would probably put some order to sell at this level after it breaks.
And what was your stop loss?
I'm using 30 pips, and I'm entering
30
at
pips.
this retracement. So let's do. I was trying before. Let's do this. I'll put a line here, 30 pips.
Okay.
But this is an intraday, so you have to move your stops. Here you wouldn't have gone 1 to 2, but let's. Fine. New York. the thing is, or that I'm looking for is after the blue line or after New York open, you're looking for
Yeah.
a retracement into the 61.8, 62 level, like this. You had to move a little. This wasn't a big move down, but London showed you it was going down. And here you even have a couple of trades. You could have entered, let's put the 30 pips there.
It's a clean way of trading, isn't it?
Yeah, look at this. So we had Sydney, we had London. It did the move against the trend as usual. Then it
Yeah.
went down. And I'm looking for a retracement of 61.8 when New York opens. So I can put my order there with my 30 pip stop, and I can look to get out.
Yeah.
You could get out on this area. You have an order block here that made the move up, or reduce your position here, take some profit out there. And yeah, that would be good there, because you have the
161, yeah.
extension. So my entry would have been triggered. This would have taken me to full profit immediately, but then look what happens again. It gives you another entry.
Look how fast that went down as well.
That's what happened last this week on the pound. Let me show you. I'll show you my chart. Can you see my chart?
Not at the minute.
We have just 1 minute.
Okay. We have 1 minute?
We have just 1 minute.
Okay. You see, I had one order here. You see here the sell, and I had another order there. And this is what happened. It came up. It didn't trigger me in. My broker didn't fill me on that one. It took me.
Yes. I was
look,
in
you
this
see
state.
where I entered? Almost no drawdown.
Was that a trade you took?
Yeah, last week
That's amazing.
on UK news. So I'll send you the indicators and the and the format and the profile and but what
Yes, please send me the indicator and profile to me too.
yeah, what you guys should look for, and try this for a week. You look for London to show you a path, like it's going down, and then you wait.
4 seconds.
Let me see. Give me a second.